Hey, welcome back to the live stream. This is day 5 of how to build an Instagram clone with Ruby on Rails and StimulusReflex. So today we're going to continue where we left off yesterday, and that is to figure out how to make the likes counter work. We've got a feature test for that, and now we're working on the unit tests for liking posts. So I'm going to switch back to my editor. And if you remember from yesterday, we had this failing test, and I'm going to run this again today just to make sure that I'm getting the same error back. And I am. So it's in post pack line 21. Let me get a refresher. Yeah, so here, user posts. User doesn't have a posts method. So let me open up the user class. Okay, so I'll need to add in that method here, but first let me open up the user spec. And I want to add something like that here. Posts and also user posts. Like that. Okay. So let me run that. User spec. It should look for the association. Okay, it's not there. I'm going to copy that here. Now this should pass, and it does. So what I want to do now is set up this join model. It should belong to user, and it should also belong to post. So now if I run this test, yeah, these were, I don't remember adding these, but I'm guessing they were generated. Okay, so now let's go back to our post spec, and this time I don't get that user post error, but it's looking for post and post ID. Okay, so I have where is that? Post spec line 25. Yeah, so this needs to be user posts. Okay, so now this likes test is passing, but I don't actually need the user posts. I need a number back. So I'm thinking if I should add sorbet right now, but it might complicate things too much. So ideally I would like to define the type signature here, so it's more explicit that this likes method returns a number, and it's also type checked. But I'm not gonna go into sorbet for now, maybe in a different stream. I do have a video about that if you want to check it out. Okay, so let's review this test. So I'm creating a user, I'm creating a post that will be unliked. So the idea here is to have two separate posts that belong to the user and like one of them. And then I should expect that the number of likes is just 1, not 2. So here, I'm going to expect that user.likes will be 1. It's not user, it's post. So this counts the total number of likes. Okay. So what am I doing here? This is post user posts, where post ID is liked post ID and user ID is user.id. Okay. Then I'm going to update the liked flag and put it to true. Okay. Undefined local variable post. What did I call this? Okay. Post. No. Post likes. Okay, so this needs to be post. And then it goes through all the user posts. And this doesn't make sense here. Where liked is true. So that's what I want. So I need to find all the join model records that are liked. And I'm not sure, I don't think I want to see just the likes for a specific user. So I don't really need a user here. What I could do is something like user post .new, and then this one's going to be liked, and the post ID is going to be liked post ID, and user ID could be anything, so I could set it to 1. And then I could create a separate one for unliked post ID, user ID 2 or 1. I don't really care about the user ID. So I could do that. And then I would need this one and this one. Okay, so I have 2 posts created, and then I have 2 user posts created, but for each one for the separate post. So basically, the liked post should have 1 like, and unliked post should also have 1 like, which doesn't make sense. Let's put this to false. and then unlike post, the number of likes here should be 0. So that's looking more like the behavior I actually want. Okay, so now what I need here is count. Oh, it doesn't have count. Count column name. Ah. This looks like a class method. I wonder if it's so this will be an instance method, and then it's going through user posts. Count, does that work? Yeah, so the reason I'm using count is because I want to count them using the SQL count, not count the arrays, because that would fill up the memory unnecessary. Okay, so I get 0 and I should get 1, right? Right. So let's see what's going on. Okay, now user posts on. That's interesting. So it looks like this fails. Liked. So I do have a liked post. I'm guessing this fails because what? Oh, I cannot give it a... Okay, wait. So user post create. Validation failed. User must exist. Oh, okay. So I thought I could get away by not creating a user. Okay, we'll put this in. Right. So now number of likes method works. And let's go back to the liked, the like method. There's no like method. Okay. And now so I've defined the API for the like method to take an argument, namely the user. Okay. So let's do that. So it's got to take the user because I need to know which relation to target. Okay, so I need to go through the user posts again, where user ID is the user.id, and then, oops, what did I do? User posts, where user ID is the user ID, and here I need to update the liked flag. Post likes. Post, no, user post all. Okay. Do I have the right records? I guess I don't. User posts, yeah, it's empty. So I have a post, I have a user, and now I need something like this. I'm also gonna use the bang here because I want to see the error if there is one. So user post create liked false, and then this is the post ID and the user ID. So now that should work, and it does. Okay, so both posts here, both tests should pass. Oh, okay, I have 3. User posts. Okay, so now I have a like method, and I'm probably going to need an unlike method as well, but not for now. Now I want to go back to the cucumber test and see where that fails. Okay, so it does click the button and then it expects the image to change, but it doesn't. That makes sense because we haven't added any logic to do that. Oh. So yeah, this is also not done. So I thought that we've finished with this, but it looks like we didn't. So this needs to have a different image based on the flag. So I also need to have some kind of predicate method that checks if the post is liked by the current user. Okay, so something like describe liked, and then it will take a user as well. Turns true if the user liked post, and it returns false. The user did not like the post. So I'm gonna like the post. Actually, now I can do post.like. Okay. And I'm going to expect that calling post.liked with user will return true. And for this one, if I don't call like, it will return false. So let's run that. It's post back. There's no method liked that takes a user. Okay, expected true but got nil. So here I'm gonna go through the user posts again, where user is user ID, and I need to inspect this method. Okay. First. Yeah. I wasn't sure if first still exists. I'm not sure if if it was removed or not. Integer to hash. Oh. Yeah. So I need to call first here. But that's probably gonna fail if actually no. It's gonna return nil. Yeah. So I need to handle that case. I'm gonna make a comment here. When there are no records, returns false. Okay, so it couldn't find any posts. Post like user. Let's see where that is. User posts. Okay, there are no records here. Let's go back. So I have a user, I have a post. Oh, not here. Here. Posts, user posts. Okay, so I have the post, I have the user. Post dot like user. User post. Oh. Okay. Yeah. So the like method doesn't create a relationship, right? It just finds it. So what I need to do is user posts post like that. Okay. Let me see if that changes anything. User post all. So now I do have a record. And if I apply that line, it gives me true. Okay, so this. So one test is passing and the other is not. What I'm gonna do here, oh no. Yeah, let's copy this. $32. Okay. Right, so got nil. User user posts where user ID is user.id at first. So that gives me back the record. Okay, but the default for liked is nil. That's my mistake. I should have made a default in the database false. I could do that with a migration, I guess. That's interesting, because what happens if the data in the database is nil? So maybe it's not such a bad idea to have a handler for that. But I don't know. Yeah, I think it's better to add a migration. Default false for liked flag. Change column. User posts, I think it is. Let's see. Posts users? No. Interesting. I have this old one here, but thought I rolled back that one. I don't need this. Okay, so user posts, and then the column's gonna be liked, and default type is gonna be Boolean. Default value is going to be false, and null false. That's how you specify a non-null migration. So let's see, active record migrations. Null false. Yep. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay. And now let's run this again. Okay, and it passes. So now my database column is default false and it cannot be null. So I think we're covered. There's just one more edge case that we need to address. So in case there are no records, so if I don't do this, then I still expect the answer to be false. So now the query here, the query here returns nil, and then we're calling liked on nil. So what I need to do is add that. Actually, no. If it's nil, I'm gonna return false, and if it's not nil, I'm gonna return liked. That should work, and it does. Okay, so I do have my liked method now, and I can use that here. So if my post is liked by the user, then show the like button. Else, show a different button. No, here show the liked button, and this path is not right because we need to unlike the post. So likes controller. So for liking a post, we have a create method, and for unliking it, we'll use a destroy method. Likes path post, and then method delete, something like that. First, let's just see if the image changes. Okay, this needs to be an if. So it's still expecting to find the liked PNG image, and it cannot find it. Okay. I guess I need to redirect back. Should probably just run this one test. Interesting. Okay, so I don't have an ID because I'm not logged in. Okay. Yeah, so here in my development environment, I've created a bunch of posts without having a user. And now they fail because the liked method doesn't work. So this one cannot find the ID on the user because there is no user. Okay. So let me first destroy my database, my development database. Create and migrate. Okay. So now I'm going to create a user. Okay. And now a new post. This is the right. So I wonder if my tests are failing. Because if they're not, then I need to add another test to cover that. So that one's failing, but I expect that. But I also expect this to fail, and this one. And they're not. Okay, let's run the tests with the browser open and see what's going on. So that's interesting. I know that in my controller, I don't set the user. So in the post controller here, I should set I should add this post to the user posts, but I don't. So that means that there's no user ID in the relation, and there's no relation basically. But if I try to create a post manually, then I see this error. And my tests don't see this error, so I'm wondering why that is. What's different? Have a user. The user here is nil. Current user. Could this be nil? Give me a second. Current user. I wonder why this is nil. Okay, let me just see if I can log out. So there's the post. And current user is still no. Started to think it might be something with the session. User sign in. False. Let me try an incognito window. Right. Sign out, sign in. Actually, let's print user signed in. So I guess that's false. I also don't see the flash notifications. Sign in. Sessions controller. So post user sign in, sessions controller create. And this redirects to the home page. After signing path. I don't think it's from here. because it inherits from the device controller. And also my tests are working. So it's gotta be something else. But I'm not sure what it is. So it looks like the user can log in successfully, but then this session is reset. So let me look at the sessions for a second. Let's put that in again. User is signed in. I'm wondering if this has anything to do with it. I would suspect not, but I don't know. So that should be related to StimulusReflex. So sign in. Do I have a user? Sign up. This is acting weird. Signed out successfully. So wait. Sign out. So I can see the sign out successfully. Message. Sign in. Welcome. So that looks like it's working, but the user signed in method is not. Current user dot inspect. Current user. So current user is present here. I'm confused. Let's go back to this. Okay, so current user. Now current user is there, user signed in, true. Okay. So I can see that image here, and it's the like one. If I click it, nothing happens, right? Where did I click that? So likes. I want to inspect that and see if it's liked or not. So do I have the current user? Yeah, I do. Is the post liked by the current user? No. Okay, post likes 0. User post all. Okay, so it's not liked, meaning I need to click the like button. Okay, I'm gonna click this. It's gonna go again to my view, and I still don't have any user posts. Yeah, so that's the problem. The problem is that in my controller, where's my controller? I'm not assigning the post to the user. So what I need to do here is say current user.posts post, like that. And now if I click this, well, not this, because when I created that post, I didn't assign it. So I'm gonna need to create another one. New post, choose file. Okay. And now if I like it, yay, I can see that heart there, and I'm guessing my test will work as well. Or not. So why is this not working? Let me go through the features. Liking post feature, and see what's going on here. Posts. So I'm gonna pry here and see if the post is actually liked or not. Binding.irb. So user post all. Yeah, so the post is liked, but maybe this is not the best query. So I don't think I need that star. Or actually, oh, this is wrong. This should be liked. Oh, wait a second. No, it's not wrong. Liked PNG. Oh, okay. So it's adding some kind of hash to the file name. Okay, I'm gonna do this maybe. Liked. That should work. Okay, so that third step is passing now, but we still need this last one to pass. So for that, we need to enable this post likes line. One like. Okay, that's probably because it shows just a number, right? So what I could do is add like that. So that passes, but obviously it's not ideal because we want to have plurals there as well, and that's a good reason to add another test for multiple likes. So if we run the feature tests now, they should all be passing. Oh, I need to disable this to make it headless. Okay. Support. Okay, so this is a good time to check everything in and commit. Added post liking. Okay, so I push that to GitHub, and now I could either leave it like this, where all my tests are passing, or if I want to have a reminder for the next time I come in, I could add a test so I have something that fails, and that's what I'm gonna do. Liking feature. Scenario. I can see multiple likes. given someone else has liked a post and I like the same post, then I should see the number of likes increase. And this is just a generic wording. It doesn't need to stay that way. I can optimize it later, but what it does now, it's next time I come in, and this is probably going to be on Monday, right? Because today is Friday, and on Monday I have probably forgotten everything about this. But running the tests like this, it shows me that I have a few pending steps, and so that gives me some context to know where I left off and what I need to do next. Okay, so that's it for today. It looks like there's going to be a few more days before we can see this fully working. So I'm going to continue the streaming next week. Until then, have fun and see you next time.